Efren, thank you. Fort Jackson is well known as an Army training post, but it's also a place where research on plants, animals, and insects is happening every day. News 19's Walker Lawson headed out there to show us all the different studies they're conducting.
A new species has recently been uncovered in a seemingly unlikely place. That's right, Fort Jackson. It's called a Chamberlain dwarf salamander.
Has a yellow belly, whereas the other dwarf salamander does not. Lives in a slightly different environment, might be a slightly different size. Species is only recently split from another type of dwarf salamander, and we're not sure how many there are. And the reason is they're hard to find. They live underneath sphagnum moss.
Michelle Wilcox, the wildlife biologist at Fort Jackson, was right. The salamander was hard to find, which led us coming up short on our journey. But the 52,000 acres of trading lands led us to finding one plant that has been placed on the endangered species list, a smooth cone flower. Wilcox explains they're working to save it.
And it's found only in North Carolina and South Carolina. And we're not sure why it's endangered. It's probably lack, sort of habitat loss over time. But what it requires is a prescribed fire. Every 2 to 3 years, it requires a fire to help knock down the competing vegetation.
And that's not all. There's also an endangered bird, the red cockaded woodpecker, which they're working to save.
Prescribed fire because it also requires old longleaf pine trees.
And Fort Jackson is making sure to keep different parts of its ecosystem alive due to the implications it can have on us.
But additionally, we're helping clean air and clean water. This is a whole segment of Richland County that we're trying to have fresh air and fresh water.
In Fort Jackson, I'm Walker Lawson, News 19 WLTX.
We should have said forget everything you think you know about Fort Jackson before that story. It's really cool.